Good morning, good morning, good morning. Where y'all at? We're going to go ahead on and start our video because um, when we get in there, we're going to have to go right on the air. So we just trying to be proactive and be ready and whatnot. So how are y'all doing this morning? Where's everybody? Where is everybody? All right. Let's see how we going to maneuver this here. Let's see what's going on. Y'all just ride with us. What it looking like over there, Mama?
That light has
Oh,
changed.
is that his car? Is that his truck?
I don't know. That light has changed. I don't know why this one has.
I know, but this person been here for a minute, so it might click. We gonna see y'all. We gonna see.
There you
Go,
go.
lady. Come on. Hey, what are
Blow
you
at
doing?
her.
Get you. Come on. Get around the light. I ain't feeling no shame for you now. You gonna make me late.
Where?
I don't know. Stay off the phone. What are we doing? We almost missed the light. Did they want to lip back us? You done sat there 3 extra seconds. You want to lip back at me? Need you to put your pedal to the metal, baby. We'll be on the air in a few minutes, y'all. Where y'all at now? Oh, yes. Hi, good morning. How y'all doing?
All right.
Good to see you. Hey, how are you? You too.
Doing great. Yeah, but I don't know, Jay. Got me on that one. But they're supposed to be on the way to the studio.
We made it.
That's true.
Hello.
That's true. You're right, Granny. Absolutely.
We made it, y'all.
All right. Y'all can come on down if you like.
Okay. Y'all know I've been sick all week. Okay.
Y'all cleaning up around here?
Huh?
Y'all cleaning up, changing around?
A little switching around. Which is a long time coming, actually.
You got a new board here.
Yeah, it's a new board.
Okay.
And it's all right. It's all right. But it can be kind of off as well.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is
Your 6 month supply will be enough you can share it with your family and friends. But remember,
I don't know whether that's gonna let me do that or not.
supply of nature's formula healing and cleansing herbs special is limited. So you must call in the next 15 minutes and order right now to receive this special gift free. The number to call and order your health and healing herbs is 1-800-280-3414. That number is 1-800-280-3414.
We must continue to cover our cities in prayer. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God.
All right.
This prayer is sponsored
How
by
about that?
Pray for Our Cities International. Look for us at www.prayforOurCitiesInternational.today. Pray Job 4:4 and Isaiah 35:3. That the Holy Spirit will strengthen the weak hands and unstable knees. That strength be returned to parents to stand up for their children.
Okay, stand by for me. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
1400 AM WPCE, Portsmouth, Norfolk. I'm the brother Donald L. Eason. Good morning. At this time, we will now join the Love Spot radio broadcast with your radio minister, Minister Love. Good morning to you, Minister Love.
Good morning, Mr. Eason, and good morning to you, lovelies. Good morning, Mrs. G.
Good morning to you.
Oh my goodness, what a pleasure to be here, be in your ear listen's presence, to be back in the studio. We have had a busy Black History Month, haven't we, Mrs. G?
Amen. Very busy.
But God has truly blessed us. And today we just want to talk to you once again, because remember, we changed up for this month. We want to talk about Black history. So we want to talk about today our local legends, should I say. We always want to talk about those who have already passed on, but let's talk about some who are still with us. But before we go into that, Miss G, I want to know, what is your Black history story? What legacy will you leave for me and your grandkids and others?
Well, there's quite a few things that has gone on in my life. I'm a part of the class, the IC Norcom class, that wasn't, but is. And the reason for that is because during the 70s, before they changed the school over, some of us had to leave the IC Norcom High School and go to another school. And this wasn't in the beginning of the school year. This was later on in the school year. So, but, when things happen, you have to just keep on moving. And eventually they decided that we could graduate from our alma mater. So I thank God for that. And, when you talk about what you're going to leave your children, integrity, love, they always know that they were loved. They always know that I did all I could do to leave them financially wealthy, mentally, and that their emotional status, you just have to do whatever you can do to keep your children in the right direction, because you never know when you're not going to be here. So with that being said, we'll move on to
Miss G always giving textbook answers. I don't even want to talk about you leaving nobody nothing emotional and all that stuff. I'm talking about the good stuff. What I'm talking
what kind
about.
of good stuff you want to talk
because
about?
I love the story about your class of 1973 that never was but is. And it fascinates me that, to be honest, it happened in the 70s. It happened in the 70s. I mean, you talk about during the time of segregation and where y'all were trying to desegregate.
Right.
And it happens when, we were building businesses and we were still running our own businesses. And that time fascinates me. And the reason why is because a lot of us don't realize where we come from. That is why Black history is so important. A lot of us don't understand that we didn't depend on anybody but us. And that's why we could stand strong in the communities and fight against injustice, because we didn't depend on anyone.
We really didn't. We used to not have to even go out our neighborhood to make groceries. Every neighborhood within a 6-block distance had their own grocery stores, had their own confectionery stores. And let me tell you something. Black people used to do business together. Mm. We could have a store on each corner. You never would see our people fighting about who's coming to whose home store, or everybody pulled together. You could go next door and knock on the door. If you were hungry, whomever that person was that lived next door down the street, they're going to feed you. If it's dinner time, they're going to always invite you. We always look out and love one another. Regardless of how bad our people were doing, they would always look out for one another. That's why where it came in, it takes a village to raise a child, because everybody in your area was looking out for your children.
And see, that's the type of Black history I like to hear about. I like to hear about the things that we used to do. And I pray that would put courage in us today, stop being afraid to start our own businesses. I mean, we have to take a little bit more effort to get started, because, we got to pay those taxes and everybody got to get a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we can do it. And they did it before. We can do it. We have our gifts within us, and we can go and start doing our business and patronizing each other. But we have to remember to be fair.
And you can't just sit in one spot. If God has given you a gift, a vision, you need to step out on faith, and you need to do whatever is necessary. If you take the step forward, God will lead you and guide you. I'm telling you from experience. When I started doing hair years ago, I always allowed God to use me. And if you listen If you listen from your heart, God will speak in your ear. He'll send his angels down to watch over you.
If you have a
If
relationship
you
with
have
him.
a relationship, that's right. If you have a relationship with God, that's why we encourage everybody to have a relationship with God. Yours don't have to be like the next door neighbors, but you have to have your own relationship with God, not your grandmamas and your mamas. So when I started my business, all these hair salons was around, and you know, everybody in my shop worked for themselves. So when I went to that shop, there was a bunch of women already there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all these people. So I got to fight for customers. But we respect one another, and the Holy Spirit told me, stay here. If you come every day, regardless of how many people are here or how many people come that day, then people will eventually come because they'll get used to you being there. They'll know you're going to be here.
And I was her model, honey. I had everything from jelly curls to mohawks
Jelly curls.
to clean shave size. Oh my goodness.
But you had to do it, and it went very well for me. And I worked with some wonderful women. So I'm just telling you, if you stay still, even if you're working for somebody, don't be worried about your job. Go to work and do the best that you know how. And I'm going to tell you something. If you do what you're supposed to be doing, then I don't care what the next person is doing. You'll be one of the last people to leave there.
Okay, my legacy, because Miss G gonna take us to another story, baby.
That's right.
My legacy is to be that person that empowered others, and not just the one that was a dictator. I'm talking about the person that used their own life to empower others. The one that was a living and walking and breathing testimony. That's the person I want to be, and I want to be remembered as, because I want people to talk about how I was able to tell you my life is not going perfect right now. And I'm going through some things right now. But I know that God is going to bring me out because he's brought me thus far.
Amen.
And he can bring you out. That's what I do. That's my entire business, isn't it, Mother?
Yes.
It's my business. My empowerment business is just me being transparent to other people, whether it be women or children or men, and just showing love. Regardless of what you're going through, you have to still trust God through your storm. And that's what I wanted to be remembered as. And I don't know how broad God is going to make, my territory, but that's about it. I don't want to be remembered as nothing else. So yeah, I can sing and whatnot and all that stuff, but I'm not a singer.
Well, we're gonna remember you. Right now I tell people all the time, I say, look, one thing about Minister Love is this: she loves people. And I have never in my life, there have been some good people in my family that has done some marvelous things. But Minister Love would give her all to anybody. I mean, give her house up, you'd be surprised. So when a lot of people don't know that because of her demeanor, you would think she was hardcore and all. But honey, you'd be surprised what she has done in other people's lives to help them, to help other people's children. So I admire that in her. So she will be, hopefully she'll be around a long, long, long time to continue to do whatever it is that she's doing.
Yeah, I talked to one of my other boys last week, Bubba. I miss Bubba.
Oh, I miss Bubba.
I have children that, lived with me, and they call me mama, and they expect to be treated differently because I was their mama, so I just thank God for giving me that caring heart, that motherly spirit that I have, not just for my boys, but for other children as well. So that's how I want to be remembered. Somebody that was always, out to lend, give love.
That's right. And see, so I would tell anybody this time of the month, this month right here, you need to look amongst your loved ones, your family members, and look for the good things that they have encouraged, to help encourage you to be a better person.
Well, not just that, you need to just reevaluate what your contribution to society is.
Yes.
And Black History Month, and not just Black History Month, but we set this month has been set aside for us, so we gonna drill it, even though we know we're Black History 12 months out of the year.
Every
but
day.
Let's start thinking about what we're leaving. what kind of contribution we're giving to our society. And I think we would do so much better. And we have to stop being afraid to
Amen.
step out of the boat. We got to remember that everything we need is in the house. And I mean house is meaning your body and your mind. Everything we need is in there. And we can survive off of that. So let's go into some local celebrities. Now, y'all know we're from P-Town, so that's about all I know about. But I know I want to give a shout out to a local celebrity, Mr. Tyrone Hines, and his wife, Betty Hines. You know, they worked with the Westmoreland Youth Association for years. And, I mean, they dealt with so many kids. I mean, my uncles were the children that they dealt with. Well, one of them was, I think he was a water boy. He wasn't able to play the sports, but that's how long he's been out there, him and his wife, working with our youth, raising money for our youth. And he did not care how you looked at him when he asked for money. He tell you it's for the children. So our hats, and we off, and we salute Mr. Tyrone Hines and Miss Betty Hines.
Amen. And we salute the beautiful Senator Louise L. Lucas on today.
Her girlfriend.
You know what? I love her because she's such a hard-working woman.
She is.
And you know, I can start talking about her, and it'll take us all morning to complete her resume because she's just that awesome. So look her up because we share her with the whole state of Virginia.
And she's a lot of firsts. She's a lot of
Yes.
firsts of everything, you know. Matter of fact, she's the longest senator, the longest tenure of senator, first woman pro temp in our city capital. So, and not just woman, black. So when we go up there, we see her picture is going to be on the wall, and it's going to stand out because she's the first. So we just salute Senator Eloise Lucas. We thank God for her. How about Miss Cynthia Morrison?
Yeah, we want to salute Cynthia Morrison.
Was she the first
city,
black
in the city
clerk of court?
I think she
Female?
was, but I tell you one thing, she's one of the best that has ever been there. So we want to salute you.
Yeah, we want to salute her.
We want to salute our school board
And we
members.
can't salute them two without getting that third one.
That's
Miss
right.
Costello Williams. We
That's
salute her for being fair, and not only being fair, but going above and above, beyond what you have to do as a school board member. Because Miss Costello, she gives more than you can imagine. So we want to salute her, and we have some more.
Same with Tamara, but our school board is just awesome. So we want to salute them in whole, and we want to salute
Me. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Miss Gino, I'm ready for school board. So they are awesome, and I would never take anything away from them. Ever. That's not my thing, you know. I don't talk down about anybody. I thank God for what they've done, but I do ask for a chance to be at the table. Save a seat for me. Don't stop the love, because I do have love for the children and our citizens, and I just want to be a part of the decision making for our kids and our staff. So vote for me, support me. November 3rd of 2020, I will be running for Portsmouth Public School Boards, and I'm looking forward to the adventure, if nothing else. I thank God for the opportunity.
Well, you have my vote, Minister Love, but before we go, I'd like to salute Mr. Don Scott. I would like to salute him because for a man that's just getting into office, I would say that he is one of the hardest working men that I know that has ever taken on the job that he has taken on in Richmond.
And his journey alone is history.
That's right.
His journey alone is history. And if you don't know his story, just look up his story. And until next week, we're going to start something different next week. But God bless you. I love you. God loves you. Make sure you love yourself. Go on and love somebody else.
For the past 15 minutes, you have been listening to the Love Spot radio broadcast with your radio minister, Minister Love. Make sure you stay tuned once again on next week.
Hey, y'all. Whew. I'm sniffing and all that stuff. We had a wonderful show, I think, you know. We didn't write anything down. It wasn't scripted. Excuse me, y'all, 1 minute.
this time, I'm sure the faith coming in.
Yeah, it wasn't scripted. We just came off the top of our heads with people that we know are our local legends and who gonna be legends from now on, you know. So just start contributing to our city, our people, and you know, leave your mark. Don't just live, leave your mark. God bless you. I'll talk to you later, and thank you so much for tuning in.